Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks again so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Wow, what a dumpy market here. It's cool if you're expecting it. Unfortunate for those who keep buying the dip. So just heads up, not a good long market. Try not to take any longs just yet. There's a possibility this weekend we might see some opportunities, but things got to balance out and stabilize for a little while. Bitcoin's still trending towards 60K to fill that CME gap at what, 58.5 upwards of 61. Okay, so again, important you recognize that. Quick congrats to our community members here. We just secured some solid profits on ICP, 36%, second ICP trade, 39%, Solana 31, and there we go, AVAX 33%. We're shorting the hell out of the market, minus a cap long. Of course, we took that a few weeks ago, and that is effectively hitting its all-time high, giving us some extra little profit there. So again, cool stuff. Again, if you're on the right side of tracks, if you're not, I'm sorry, but perhaps you either didn't watch my videos or maybe you're just now discovering it. Welcome aboard if you are. Hit the like button before we get started. Appreciate that. It helps other people get less destroyed by the market in general by just hopefully adopting some best practice and things that really just help you become a better trader, more consistent. It's not perfect, folks. Nothing ever is, but a lot of things that are perfect, I would say, is the imperfections of liquidation, which we can see here. This is the area that I discussed as to why taking a short with confidence felt okay, because we had a lot of bearish divergences and we had a ton of liquidation on the downside. I wanted to open a second short for AVAX, but we never wicked up to that resistance level or that range that I was hoping for. It just continued lower. So all good, still secured profits, but on the same accord, could have doubled down on that guy. But no matter how you look at it here, we can see we are not in good shape. There is still liquidation left at about 23.50 as a rough estimate. So again, still a little bit left there. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the full sweep there just based on the way the market's moving. So again, 23.50 is this guy right here. Not too much further to go before all the liquidation has been taken care of. So let's take a look at the daily time frame, work our way down, kind of go from there, and just kind of see where we're at here. So let's zoom out a little bit so we can get the more recent local point of control and kind of see where we're at. Obviously, we had a bearish pennant / rectangle play out. This was actually perfect for ICP and AVAX alike. That's why we did secure profits on those three trades, mainly because they're just, they were became range bound. Bitcoin was looking like it was going to pull back. There's a lot of reasons for it. So just know those are pretty high probability patterns that you will see in trading. So we'll go ahead and remove that for the moment because we've already kind of established that. When we take a look here at the daily, let's go ahead and work our way down and just understand that we're below every single moving average. This is not a good sign at all. Obviously, it just kind of implies that we got a resistance range in the $27 to $28 range. We've talked about that previously being a moderately large, kind of a decent sized point of control outside of 25.80. So just know if we get past 25.80, we got some moving averages to contend with. We can see stochastics trying to swing up here. This is a natural knee-jerk reaction of the price being overextended. Keep in mind, we're not bottomed out yet on the RSI, so there's still plenty more room for downside. Same thing here as well with AVAX. We can see here the MACD for AVAX is looking pretty bad. It's still continuing to pick up momentum. Now, the one thing we do got to recognize is 2D sequential, we're at an overextended state here. So hypothetically, we should be nearing the bottom, okay? Again, hypotheticals are hypotheticals, but if you do take a look here, previously we hit a 9, and now we're downtrending to another 9. I'm not proposing we're just going to see an instant recovery back up to 33. I think that's a long shot at this point, but it is pretty obvious that overextensions have been occurring on this coin, and generally speaking, when they do, there's generally going to be a reversal. Same thing here as well. We look at Ichimoku Cloud. Sorry, no, let's do that in the hourly. We look at the T sequential here. We can recognize we're at a 7. Most coins are actually at a 7 right now, telling us we probably got about 8 hours before the price action truly bottoms out. But if you look at this here, the last truly bottom out for AVAX was at this key level support, didn't bounce, continued lower. Again, that's where we wanted to get in here. If you look at this little arrow, I was hoping to get in at that 0.5 fib level, but it never came up all the way, just pushed right straight through the golden pocket. So again, generally speaking, at this point, not good. We don't have any consideration for a long, at least I wouldn't consider a long for at the very least 8 hours. I'm going to probably wait until close of business tomorrow, or just say, when the daily candlestick closes tomorrow, and kind of see where we're at there at that point. I doubt it's going to be a green weekend considering how terrible things are right now, but we may see that knee-jerk reaction. We got a lot of fear in the market right now. You got to recognize that. A lot of times altcoins will bounce back really quickly when Bitcoin pulls back, but Bitcoin's literally just been bleeding the hell out of the market this whole time. So there's no reason to expect coins to recover. It might even be a good consideration for shorts this weekend. We're going to have to wait and see. But at this point, it's hard to want to short the bottom. I do expect somewhat of a slight very slight relief rally and or consolidation. Everything we see here is basically screaming bearish divergence. Most coins are under 30 on the RSI. When you pass 70 to the upside or 30 to the downside, you want to respect the fact that it's going to likely continue. So let's just take an example here. When the RSI crossed over 70 right here, it was right here on the price action. It went up almost a good 8% after it crossed that threshold of RSI. If we see this here, we're just crossed 30 on the RSI. That implies we could see another 8% correction to the downside before it recovers, okay? So again, the general rule of thumb on the 4-hour time frame, if you're going to use RSI to any advantage, is to ensure that you wait for it to cross back over before you secure profits on a short and or before you consider taking a long, okay? So again, there's some things you want to know that exist on the charts that can sometimes be hidden. I'm not a big fan of hidden bullish, bearish divergences or whatever, just because I think they shouldn't be hidden in the first place. But the truth here is RSI is a pretty easy standard indicator that's been used for a long time. And these are the indicators I gravitate more towards instead of all this funky, crazy stuff on the charts. While my charts might get a little cluttered sometimes, they're mostly just support and resistance levels based on Fibonacci and overextension and RSI. Really, it's pretty simple, straightforward stuff. I think less is more. Anyways, attend my trading university if you're not familiar with all this. I do talk about all that, but at this point, let's focus on the hourly and call it a day. Ichimoku Cloud, same thing here as well. Every indication letting us know not to close your short and to keep your, basically keep your shorts open and not to secure any profits, or at least not to close the trade rather. Securing profits is actually advisable. You want to do that. But generally speaking, you may want to leave a little bit left because it could continue to run. But the simple way to understand it is that when all these things are pointing down, you don't take a long to the upside. It makes no sense. Don't trust Tom, Dick, and Harry online showing you that they scalped a 100x leverage trade from 2450 to 2460. Well, that's all well and good. That's day trading. That's a different story altogether. It's still very irresponsible. So again, do not pay attention to those things. I think they're very felonious and unfortunate. I get probably 1 or 2 new community members a day that are coming over from getting destroyed from other people. And again, it's not to say that my trades are perfect. I've had a couple bad months this year. True, it happens. But we get back on the horse, we calibrate, we adjust, and we make sure to get you what you need, which is proper TA, right? And that's where we're at here. So at this rate here, let's just quickly acknowledge we are coming up on a support range here at 0.786 fib level, 2420. We might see some consolidation here. We also have a previous support level as well from, I think it was daily candlestick closures at 24. And if I recall correctly, 24 was a significant area for us. So I would say that we're probably getting close to a tentative bottom. Does that mean you take a long? Absolutely not. It just implies we recalibrate, we reevaluate here in the next 24 hours and see where we're at. In the meantime, it wouldn't hurt for you to take a break, relax, unplug for a little while. It's okay to not try to catch everything and to miss out on some opportunities. Like, you have any idea how many missed opportunities I've had this week where most of my retracements never quite hit their previous resistance. They just keep running. I mean, I'm glad that we got some trades in, over the weekend or earlier this week, of course, but there was a handful of missed opportunities yesterday, and I just take it in stride. It happens. You miss it, so what? Find the next one. It's all good. But don't make it your life's work to try to convince yourself to take a trade. You should be convincing yourself not to take a trade when you analyze the charts. So that's what I try to do as well. So it's very rare that I'm going to be super convinced that things are, bullish or bearish or whatever, but at this point, we did well with our shorts back up into the 20, I think it was 2750s when we got in. All right, folks, thanks again so much for watching. Hope you learned something today. Do yourself a favor, join us over at Bitunix. No KYC, no VPN, link down below. Awesome deposit rewards. Use my link to register. I would recommend using this. Of course, if you've already registered with my link previously, you're automatically eligible. You're shoot in, and that's the reason why. It's because this is for our community. So again, welcome aboard if you're new. Otherwise, thanks again for all the wonderful conversation. Also, feel free to jump on over to our Discord, Twitter, Telegram, Discord. We have a lot of cool features. Last but not least, just to touch on this, people don't know this, but I have a new trade alert section where I kind of tell you specific details about coins I'm planning to take trades with, and that'll be available on our website here soon as a membership, but also more importantly, is available to all of our current members also. Okay, heads up on that. All right, folks, hope you have a good one. Thanks so much for your time. We'll see you again soon. Take care.